What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Good Influences. Before we get started, make sure to like the video, leave a nice comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, all those things. Keep it on repeat. This really helps the show. 2024 is going to be our biggest year yet. Got a lot of big changes. What?
You do keep saying that.
I do feel like 2024 is a good year. Yeah. It's going to be a good year for a lot of us.
And we're going to be very honorable.
And we will be honorable, and there's a lot of big changes and big things happening that we're excited about.
Big
things coming.
What are they?
Well, we're not going to say just yet, but there's...
Oh, yeah. There was that one email, though.
Oh,
there was an email.
Offering us to go somewhere.
We'll get into it. Just enjoy this while we have it for now, but it does help the show if you subscribe and like the video.
Will be gone.
Enjoy this before we skyrocket to fame.
Yeah, while we're still relatable, just enjoy.
Imagine people listen to the last episode and then this week they're like, "Did they sign with
Sirius
XM?" So stupid.
But with Sirius XM, we already talked about it on the last episode.
That's gone.
No, bring it up.
Video? Would we ever have like video though, like on Spotify?
I do feel like Jeff Lewis, I think is his name. I think he has a Sirius XM show that is filmed.
Jeff
I see
Lewis?
TikToks all the time.
That sounds like a fake person.
And Howard Stern stuff is filmed, but I just don't know like how many times people go to that app to watch it.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's
Somebody
up?
asked if we could put our video on Spotify.
We can, but they will need to pay us to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean,
I don't know
we
how it
can.
works.
It's free, but I do not see a reason to
it's like
cannibalize
take away from our YouTube.
Yeah, and your YouTube is where we want people to watch. And if you're an audio listener, we love you. We love that there's Apple Podcasts and Spotify podcast listeners. We do also publish this on YouTube, which is also a place to listen. But
do you ever watch podcasts
No.
on Spotify? If anything,
No.
it's more annoying because I'm always trying to exit out of it and the video's still there. And I'm like, yo, I'm just driving
I mean,
here.
Call Her Daddy is like the only thing that has...
I've talked to them about
on Spotify. Actually, no, it's on YouTube too. I watch it on Spotify though.
I've given this feedback to Spotify directly because they've asked us.
Unfiltered, I think we were one of the first ones to be part of the batch.
You guys were part of the pilot program.
Oh, your podcast was on Spotify?
We weren't exclusive to Spotify, but we were one of the first podcasts to have video embedded on Spotify.
I basically just said to them, like, I would love to be on Spotify video. I think it's cool. It could be great. But what is the incentive? Like, we're not going to get ad revenue.
Yeah.
You guys aren't really promoting us. So, like, how are we going to find new audience? It seems like we're just giving you guys content. And what are we getting in exchange?
Could we at least just have some, like, cool wallpapers of us, like, frolicking in a field while people are listening to it?
Yeah, like music.
I always want to know who picks that, like, on Spotify for, like, an artist.
The artist makes it. Oh. Like, Adam shoots those for his artist thing.
But it's always, it seems like it's picked from a music video sometimes.
Or no, sometimes real artists will just shoot.
Like Olivia Rodrigo.
It's called a canvas. They shoot their own canvas.
Taylor does it.
Mm-hmm.
I turn it off. I don't like it at all. Like, you can turn off canvases. I don't like seeing it. Yeah.
I just like never look at it. I guess.
It's kind of annoying because it like keeps repeating.
So and it's not as fun to like screenshot it and show what you're listening to.
Yeah.
I guess now they want you to like truly embed the link.
I've been using Tidal since like the past 6 months.
Maybe we'll get signed to Tidal.
The sound is just so much better.
It's literally like 10 times better, the sound quality. It's like going from 480p to 4K.
He's done it in the car for us before.
Oh, and you guys really are like, whoa.
It's even better when, no, you can really hear it with wired. Bluetooth doesn't do it as much. Okay, well, you're not.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you were like, oh, I do hear it different, but it wasn't crazy.
But Spotify just using the app is just so much better. Like, it's Tidal, it never works. It's super slow. It doesn't jump between like the computer and the phone, and like it's just like.
Are you guys vinyl record people?
Yeah, we have vinyls.
Yeah.
Do you put them on often?
Yeah, but because TJ just got something for the house like back at the end of last year, that's like a Sonos. You can hook Sonos up to the vinyl.
That's sick.
So like the vinyl will play, but it's all throughout the house.
But when those 6 tracks are up, you gotta flip it.
I know.
Yeah. That's kind of the beauty of it, though.
Yeah, true.
That's a little interesting, though, because I think the whole point of vinyl is to not be digital at all. So it's like funny that it like changes it from the
What is it?
I keep scooting it further and further. It was like a little black speck. It was like a little like
It's
pepper.
a freckle you're trying to
Oh, can you imagine? I've never noticed it.
But like the idea that like you're taking something that's supposed to be analog and then you're transmitting it through Bluetooth, it kind of like may as well just put on the Spotify version at that point. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm not listening to it to hear the sound of the record. Like, I'm just listening to it for the song.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
It's also another thing you kind of got to deal with at the end of the night. You're like, oh shit, the vinyl.
Yeah, because
put
it
it back
does
it collects dust.
Well, you put the dust cover on.
Yeah, we just keep it in there.
But some of it, like there are some vinyls. I mean, the reason I will listen to it is because sounds way better than Spotify. Like if they record it to tape and then it goes from tape to the vinyl, you are hearing things that you will literally impossible to hear digitally.
Etched in plastic.
Yeah, polyurethane or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's still blows my mind that it works. How is it possible?
I know. I don't
a
understand.
physical thing scratches and then it makes literally any sound you can record.
Crazy.
Didn't Portugal the Man put out a special edition vinyl back in like 2015 or something where it was, but you could only play the vinyl like 50 times, otherwise it would stop because it was like a metaphor of like the rainforest or like tigers and stuff, how they're endangered and we need to preserve the only time that we have with them. Or
whoa,
it was this
like
idea.
If they did, I probably literally have it.
Why?
TJ worked for them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Portugal the Man.
They do a
it's
thing.
crazy too because he has a
Endangered
few
animal
of their
vinyl.
albums still in the like plastic.
I bet you own it.
They do a cool thing when they play live that whatever city they're in, they find what's the proper term? I don't know if it's the Native Americans. Is that the proper
local
term?
tribe?
Indigenous,
whatever.
The first people.
Yes, that they find the original Americans that were here before Christopher Columbus. Whatever city they're touring in, they find people from the tribe of that town, bring them on stage and have them sing a song to the audience.
Oh,
So
Portugal the Man does that?
What?
You said Portugal the Man does that?
Yeah, I saw them in New York and Forest Hills, and they're like, little did you know, Forest Hills is actually like this tribe, whatever, and they bring like a bunch of them on stage. And I saw it in LA, they did the same thing.
Did they just start doing that? They weren't doing that in like 2013, right?
No, I think it's probably, it was like, it was when
Oh, Feel It Still.
Yeah, it was like that era.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought it was really cool to like bring that to people's attention that like you're on different ground, etc. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we do have a theme this episode. Do we want to lean into it?
We can.
What are we doing? Is it disturbing facts, dark facts?
Yeah. Fascinating facts.
Let that sink in kind of facts.
Mm-hmm. I hate when people say that.
Let that sink in.
Let that sink in.
I just think about people like bringing a sink in.
Yeah. Oh, you're thinking of it just literally.
Like, let that sink in.
Elon Musk did that,
I know,
right?
That's why it makes me cringe, because he like took that joke and like really thought it was funny, and now when I think about that, I just think about the cringe of that joke.
That is, I've never seen that.
So the idea is like, let that sink in, and it's like a sink at the door. Like, can you let me in?
God.
And then when Elon Musk bought Twitter, he went to Twitter headquarters holding a sink and like thought that he was the funniest guy in the world because he's being like,
let this sink in.
Elon Musk bought Twitter, let that sink in.
Jonas Brothers did that one time where they like picked up a table and they turned it around and they were like,
yeah,
oh,
but that
how
was a
the
silly
tables
Vine.
have...
Like that was like a Vine moment.
And also Elon Musk is just, ugh.
Wait, what were you going to say? Why don't you like let that sink
Oh,
in?
I thought you hated people just saying that.
I also don't like it
That's
because
what I thought too.
it's very smug.
in.
It's very
Yeah.
smug. You'll see a tweet like, did you know that like there's only 12 gorillas left in whatever? Let that sink in. Okay, I don't put this on me because you have a fact that you want me like.
You think it take me 2 hours to understand the fact?
Yeah, like what am I going to sit here and be like?
Sink in, let it marinate.
Yeah, let me really think about
Let that sink in.
Yeah,
like you're
like
addressing the whole
right. Yeah, just who are you writing a tweets, bro? Calm down.
Yeah.
What was that thing we had an argument about with like the way you say it?
Oh, love that for you?
Love that for
Yeah,
you.
it's kind of giving that. Because I feel like some people could say it in a way where like, oh my God, like let that just sink in. That's crazy. You know?
Yeah, if you say it in a gossipy way, like this person did this.
Or if someone
let
starts
that
like,
one sink
all
in.
right, you're going to want to let this sink in.
Yeah.
Did you see the TikTok of the girl who's
You know?
like, try and say these things without sounding sarcastic?
Ooh, what are
no,
they?
what are
God, it was so funny. It was like, I love that for you was one of them.
That's easy. That's so easy.
Fascinating.
That's so easy. Oh my God, that's fascinating.
But you're
I never
adding
say
more
that
stuff.
word.
We can only say the word
You
fascinating.
just say the word.
Fascinating.
Yeah, you do that really well. You say
Hold
that
on,
a
let me
lot.
see if I
It
can
does
find
kind of
this
sound like
TikTok.
you're being
Yeah, I'm kind of hamming it up.
fascinating.
Give me a second. Can I?
I never
see if
say
I
that
can
word.
find it?
That's
That is-
oh,
I feel like
that
when
kind
you
of
say
sounds
it,
like
you're
I'm saying it to
being-
someone I
Okay.
wanted to wrap it up, and I want them to have
yes.
their moment.
But I
I'm like,
feel like
oh,
you
that's
say that to me.
fascinating.
Try to say these words without sounding sarcastic.
Okay.
That's great.
That's great.
Okay, that was good, Erin.
I'm assuring you, like,
I don't
that's
know if
great.
I can.
Like, without sounding sarcastic, just be like, yeah.
That's great.
No.
I really
These are like words I never say that's great.
Good for you.
Good for you.
No.
Good for you.
Good for you.
No, wow.
Good for you.
Really?
This is a funny one.
Man, in my mind, I'm like, good for you for doing that, for taking that
Yeah,
accountability.
okay.
Good
Like,
for you.
But I can't do it in just
That's
one.
pretty good.
That was good, Erin.
Good for you. You just gotta go up an octave.
Good for you.
Oh,
Good for you.
Sounds thrilling.
Oh no.
sounds thrilling.
That sounds thrilling.
Who's talking like this?
I say thrilling all the time.
What?
When people are having their baby,
Have fun.
I'm like,
Have fun.
have fun.
Have fun.
I think I say have fun. If if like TJ's
I
like
say have
leaving
a-
the house,
Yeah.
I'm like, have fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
good luck with that.
Well,
that one's
that's already a
never
negative.
Yeah.
That one's never positive. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
No, that is always
That's
condescending.
always
That's
sarcastic.
setting us up for failure.
Good
that
luck.
one.
Good luck with
Good
that.
luck with that.
No.
Good luck with that.
Hey, good luck with that.
I mean, that's kind of good.
Okay, just
Wow.
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 No, dude, that was so disingenuous.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
No, I'd be like, she thinks I'm a fucking idiot.
I don't know. Say something crazy.
Wow. Wow.
Listening to this girl do it, she literally can't do one.
Sounding sarcastic. That's great. I got sarcastic already.
Her accent. Where's she from? Long Island.
Good for you. She has like the Staten Island accent, so
Yeah.
it makes it tough. But I thought it was a brilliant idea for a
That is
TikTok.
good.
That's hard. People
for
say
you.
that when I say sure,
Let me see.
Yes.
but like
Sure.
for me, it's just a way of being like, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm
you're
just like, oh,
sure.
sure. I think it's like my an acknowledgement word that I'm
It's
like,
not
oh,
like
like,
sure, Jan. That's what people think
Yeah.
it is, but it's not.
no, I'm just like, oh,
Brady
sure.
Bunch reference.
No, that's Mean Girls. Isn't it?
No,
Sure,
it's from the Brady Bunch movie.
Yeah.
Where she goes,
Sure, Jan.
No, he's new. I have a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
What's his name? Rick Glass. Rick Glass.
Min.
He's from Tropicana.
What
Sure,
the
Jan.
fuck?
Sure, Jan.
Maybe you got a little touch of tism over there.
A little?
touch of the tism.
Like, I'm impressed.
No,
I
yeah,
just-
that's a crazy thing.
Name a movie
Fuck.
that he has to, and then you quote.
Whoa.
Paddington 2.
It's Marmalade Day.
See, this is crazy.
No, that's probably
Flubber.
Paddington 1.
Flubber.
I have no clue.
Oh,
I know
got him.
Sally Fields in that and Robin Williams, and I think that the last time they were together was
Mrs.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, if I knew any movies, I would throw one out, but I don't.
Okay, this is
The Holdovers.
Sure.
Oh,
I love
life
Holdovers.
is like a hen house ladder, short and shitty.
The Holdovers.
That's what I just.
I know, I
Oh,
did.
I thought
Oh,
that,
sorry.
I thought
I
that
was reading
one of
my
the
facts.
insane
Sorry.
facts.
Christ on a
I literally was like, I did way different research for this.
Oh, and he goes, Christ on a crutch. What kind of fascist hash house foundry are you running here?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, and
yeah.
also in that movie, the very beginning, he's like getting assigned attention, and the kid goes, I thought all the Nazis were in Argentina.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Ooh.
right.
Wow.
I love when he's like grading the papers. He's like, Philistines.
Yes. And also when he's like, why did you lie? And he just goes, I had momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
And when?
Okay, here's
So
a.
we're doing dark facts?
Like
Here's a-
insane, interesting, fascinating,
Mine are
dark.
pretty dark.
Oh, I have facts like
Yeah.
scientists think that the first organisms
Yeah.
evolved in the dark. Like facts
Dark
about the
fact.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh,
you're
no.
kidding.
dark. Darkness can cause
No, you
hallucinations.
didn't.
No, I just when
No,
we
you
had the
did
group chat,
not.
I sent the example post, and
kidding,
it was a
right?
let
Wait,
that-
are you serious?
He's kidding.
Light pollution obscures the night sky for
You're
most
kidding.
people.
Stop.
I'm not. These are
You
my
thought this was the whole episode was going to be about the dark.
facts
Dark?
about the dark. Yes.
I'm scared of it.
Dark facts.
Okay. Well, can
maybe
I?
we'll.
Can I just share? Can I just share? Can I share this one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I mean, guys, I know this is a joke.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
God.
I'm not that stupid.
Schizophrenic hallucinations are shaped by culture. Americans with schizophrenia tend to have more paranoid and harsher voices and hallucinations. In India and Africa, people with schizophrenia tend to have more playful and positive voices.
Whoa. That's so interesting.
Also, probably because it's so scary here.
What's the thing with schizophrenia when like, okay, so I'm watching Better Call Saul, and you know how I don't know if anyone's watched it, but like his brother has probably schizophrenia, and he's like horrified of electronics and like covers himself in aluminum foil all the time.
Oh, Faraday cage.
What?
Yeah.
Is that a part of schizophrenia or is that something else?
There's a paranoia is a huge.
Okay, maybe that's just what it is though. But I'm just like, how many people are living like this because they're obviously not online?
I once was living in Hoboken. I went to like the local bar with a couple friends. We just went to go play pool, and there was this woman that sat down next to me at the bar, and she was like in her 30s. I was like 20 something. Starts talking. She seems so normal and like nice and whatever. And then she starts telling me about how she has to live in a Faraday cage, which is like a scientific thing where no electromagnets can get into it and enter it. And she said that ever since she was a kid, she's like extremely affected by the electromagnetism. And ever since cell phones came out, she like can feel when there's Bluetooth around.
That's like his brother in Better Call Saul.
I know like, someone who is like that.
And she's like, I've tried to like been researching by the government. And I was like an idiot and like believing all of this. And I was just like, that is so interesting. And she's like, yeah, and I do like experiments, and like right now where I'm staying, I built a Faraday cage like in my room, and that's where I sleep because I can really just like, I'm affected by it, and I've been into like in and out of institutions, and I didn't realize that she was like a crazy person. And my friends were like, dude, we were talking to a crazy person. I was like, no, dude, like I know what a Faraday cage is. This is like a real phenomenon. She can like predict when lightning is going to happen. And I still, in like the back of my mind, kind of believe her. Like she was like upset about it. She's like, I can't touch aluminum cans, so I only can drink out of glass bottles.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I still like in the back of my mind kind of have a belief that she was telling the truth.
Maybe.
Did you say good luck with that?
Good luck with that.
Wow. Fascinating.
Have fun.
Liar.
So I've never heard of anyone else like using that as an idea.
I think that's a real thing. Like she might have been real, but I don't know how, but I don't know because in the show, obviously it's a show, but like he can barely like leave his house because there's so much electromagnetism everywhere.
I think it might. I mean, there's so many fucking people. Someone's bound to be a little bit more electromagnetic.
Like conscious.
Some of these aren't that dark. It's more, once again, let that sink in. All 6 of the stars of Friends negotiated 2% syndication rights for the show. Friends still makes about $1 billion yearly through reruns, Hulu, etc. Are you saying something? Oh, I thought you were mouthing something.
I am.
We've already said this before on the podcast.
No. I just know the fact.
Oh, all 6 Friends collect $20 million check annually. Yes, that means David Schwimmer still gets $20 million a year for doing nothing. So when you're alone,
I also love that they're the one he picked out.
I know.
So when you're alone in your 1-bedroom apartment watching Friends and snickering, how many of them are losers who haven't been a famous face since? Here's the reason why. They don't have to work ever.
I just don't think anyone's calling them losers.
I think they also famously all negotiated together to keep the same salaries, because I think when they were negotiating, like the network wanted to pay some of them more than the others because they thought they were worth more, and they all like unionized as actors and said, we're either all getting paid the same or we're all going to leave the show. Yeah. And people thought it was fucking insane that they did that, and then they ended up getting like the best deal on all of TV.
I wonder what David Schwimmer's up to. He kind of like, he feels to me like a person that would be mean.
Really?
Like,
I have a really dark fact that
I thought he was just in something.
Oh, I have a crazy.
He was in the OJ. He played Robert Kardashian, but that was a while ago.
If you get a blood transfusion and you get the wrong blood type, one of the symptoms is a sense of impending doom.
What? So like my normal life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think anything different.
I was just going to say.
Wait, say that one more time.
If you get the wrong blood type in a transfusion, one of the symptoms, one of the ways that you know that you've done the wrong blood type is that you feel a sense of impending doom.
Oh dear.
Why would they be doing the wrong blood type?
Well, you're not doing it on purpose,
but
yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Way. Sometimes we have good hair days, sometimes we have bad hair days. Whatever it is, it kind of, takes the charge of how the day is gonna go. If I'm having a bad hair day, might as well just go back to bed. You know what I mean? Get on your way to good hair days in just 5 minutes with Way's new hair gloss. Not only does hair gloss give you immediate shine straight from the shower, it also helps treat damage and enhances color vibrancy to get your hair looking and feeling better. They were so nice and sent us the hair gloss. I have used it twice. I really love it, especially because my hair is dyed. I'm trying to protect, the color, and sometimes I use heat on it. It's good for heat protection, and it smells amazing. Everything from Way smells so good. I even have their hand soap and lotion, and it literally smells like perfume. Like, it's amazing. Way's hair gloss is made with hyaluronic acid and rice water. It provides immediate shine, helps treat damage, and enhances color vibrancy. According to a consumer perception study, over 85% of participants agreed that their hair looked shinier, healthier, and smoother. Give your hair a glow up with Way. Go to THEOUAI.com and use promo code GOOD for 15% off any product. That's THEOUAI.com, promo code GOOD.
Okay, can I read a really crazy one?
Yes.
In 1933, a doctor named Carl Tanzler raided the tomb of a female patient with whom he'd become obsessed and stole her body. He lived with the corpse for 7 years. As the body fell apart, he attached the corpse's bones together with wire and coat hangers and fitted the face with glass eyes. He was only caught when someone saw him dancing with the corpse in front of an open window. And then somebody responded and said, "It's worth noting that he raided the tomb several years after her death and that there was a paper tube inserted into her groin. He might have been fucking that rotted corpse."
Oh!
Yeah.
What year was this?
1933.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he like go to jail? Did anything ever come out? Like maybe he did it to other people, or was this like a one-time thing?
I'll look it up because I just like saw this on Reddit.
Yeah.
But
Are caskets locked?
that's a good point. I
And
don't
like
think
he had
so.
to dig it up. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't 1933. Maybe it wasn't as, I don't know. But people do that. I mean, they like exhume bodies sometimes to like.
Yeah, but not him.
No, I
one
know.
person. A one person.
Yeah,
they
you're
have
right.
like
That's
an
like a whole
excavator.
Carl Tanzler. Let's see what happened to him because I am very curious now too.
Carl.
Tanzler. Oh, there's a documentary about it. I'm gonna be
watch.
watching that.
Must watch. Okay, this one's like pretty. I got all of these from a Twitter site called Fascinating,
Oh, that's good.
which is one of the words. Fascinating. In 1999, Australian truck driver Bill Morgan was involved in a serious accident that left him in a coma. Even though doctors said he had no chance of living, he miraculously woke up after 12 days and was completely fine. Feeling lucky to have survived, he bought a scratch lottery ticket. The result? He won a $17,000 car. Normally, winning a car wouldn't have made it to the news, but because of his accident story, Channel 9 decided to do a feature on the man who was clinically dead and came back to win the lottery. While filming, they asked him to buy a lottery ticket so they could reenact the winning scratch.
Yep.
He happily obliged and started scratching the ticket on camera. To everyone's dismay, he won a further $250,000.
Is this where in Australia?
Yeah.
He was like, I just won $250,000. It just happened.
Oh, wait, it's
I'm
right
not
here.
even kidding.
No, it's right here.
New car,
Yeah.
and even more
He's like,
popular
I just-
when we asked Bill to reenact buying his scratchy ticket.
I just won 250,000.
You sound exactly.
Not joking. I just won 250,000.
Wow.
How is he not jumping for joy? He just.
I
like,
think he's just in literal shock.
I mean, can you imagine?
Like he was supposed to be dead. Then he won a
Yeah.
car, which is just crazy given the circumstances. He was going to die in a
I'd be
car
like, God is
accident.
on my side.
Have you guys won any contest of any kind? Or you like you put in for something or you called or you tried and whatever?
Oh yeah, actually I did.
What did you win?
I I won a basket of the Princess Diana Beanie Baby and the Erin Beanie Baby, and then there were like other. It was like at my local little mom pop like store, and it was a raffle.
That's so.
Oh,
And it was
that's
like a
kinda
little
fun.
basket of. I think that's literally the only thing in my life that I've won.
Do you still have the Princess Diana Beanie Baby?
Of course.
Is it in your house here or back in Boston?
No.
Yeah, it's on her
Back at
bed.
home.
I won free ACL
with her every night.
tickets in
Oh.
college one time for
Damn.
like
You won
a
what?
giveaway. Free ACL tickets.
Austin
Oh.
City Limits.
I won that. I mean, I was on Let's Make a Deal, and I won a TV and a credenza. But one time in college, there was a class, and I didn't go to it, and there was a raffle for a free iPad, and they called my name, and I wasn't there. And someone texted me and goes, "Dude, you would have won an iPad today in class."
Wow.
Damn, that, yeah.
Okay, I want to follow up the guy who stole
yeah.
the corpse. It has been recounted that Tanzler was found in the arms of Alina's effigy. What's that?
Effigy is like a recreation of a person that's
Okay.
used for a service of some kind.
Okay. Upon discovery of
Mr. New York Times.
upon discovery of his corpse, but his obituary reported that he died on the floor behind one of his organs.
Like a piano?
The obituary recounted a metal cylinder on a shelf above a table
That's an organ.
It wrapped in silk cloth and robe was a waxen image.
What is this sentence?
I
This
don't
is just some
know.
1930s jargon.
I know, I'm sorry.
Everyone reading the paper back then was like, mm-hmm.
But he died of tuberculosis.
Oh, well, I wonder how he got it.
Yeah, well, it says
Her rotting corpse.
at the age of 22. Holy shit.
I feel like they didn't have a long lifespan
yeah,
back
probably
then.
not.
There is a waterborne microscopic brain-eating amoeba that enters your body through your nose. It is found in fresh water and can be present in water parks and pools. It's fatal within 5 days, and there's no way to test for it, and it's typically too late. Survival is very unlikely. So, if you're ever doing like a sinus rinse or anything, you're supposed to use like a special, I think, distilled water, or like boiled water, and then let it cool down. But like if you ever want to rinse your sinuses,
You've never done one with tap.
I've never done a sinus rinse
Okay.
in my life.
I'm scared just because of this fact. I won't even do it with any kind of water.
Never use tap.
That's why I also don't go like cliff jumping and stuff anymore.
I used to use tap.
I used to go to like this.
You used to use tap for your sinus rinses?
It's been more than 5 years, so I think I'm fine.
5 days, babe.
Or 5 days, yeah. It's definitely been more than 5 days. It was like when I was probably in like between high school and college or something.
Good Lord.
Or that's anytime I do jump into like a body of like water, how often this is.
Dude,
I
that's so
always plug my nose, not for the water going up my nose, not for like the amoebas to go into my brain.
It's kind of an ick though, jumping in with holding your nose.
No, it's such an ick.
Such an ick.
That
a girl
would be
can
on
do it,
my
a guy
ick list.
cannot.
Anyone.
This is probably too late for this to be seen, but if you take into account the fact that on average people sleep or should sleep 8 hours a day, if and when you get to 99 years of age, you will have only been awake for 66 years, having spent 33 years of your life sleeping.
Damn, mine's probably way more too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just wild how much a chunk of like you being alive is
sleeping.
Is sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, they say you spend a third of your life sleeping, so that's why get a good mattress because.
How's your mattress, by the way? Did you?
I just got it today, the new Pillow Cube mattress, and we laid down on it, and we were like, "This is so great."
Did they send it to you?
Yeah, they did. Well, Carly had recommended it, so I had to get one.
Yeah.
And
did you like reach out to them and everything?
Yeah, I did,
and
I was
so nice.
curious. Yeah, because I wanted one, but also like. That's the toughest thing is like buying mattresses these days is like you don't really go to mattress stores that much because the brands like Casper, Lisa, Pillow Cube,
they're all over.
They're all over the place, but you still can't try it. But this one, if you're looking for a comfy one, this one's it.
And I really like ours. No.
That's that on that.
Also, I went to Sit and Sleep just while we're on this topic, and they are fucking. I bought a pillow, and they are fucking serious in that store.
What is it?
Sit and Sleep. It's like you've seen it. It's like on Ventura. It's like right by Crossroads.
Okay.
It's a mattress store. I literally just went there to get a pillow. I got my dad a purple pillow for Christmas because he like really wanted one.
They're good.
Yeah, and so I went there, and I was literally like signing on an iPad, and then he brought like a clipboard over, and then he took my ID. I was like, I'm not purchasing a home, sir. I'm buying a pillow. And then I walked away with the pillow, and then like a stapled together bunch of paper. I'm like, what is this?
Well, they got to document it because it's a money laundering front.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
They're
also
like going above and beyond.
Relax the Back. Have you been there?
Yeah, relax the back store.
They like
We're
diagnose
here for you.
What?
Wait, what?
It's the theme.
never
Relax
even
the
heard of this
back
place.
store. We're here for you. I'll look it up.
I was a
Continue.
Mattress Firm where it's easy.
I was Jordan's
Bonder.
furniture.
Night sleep. Oh, that's what I knew.
Okay. Cruise ships are equipped with onboard morgues. Approximately 200 individuals die on cruise journeys annually, often on voyages popular with older passengers. Consequently, most ships have a modest morgue capable of accommodating up to 10 bodies, ensuring preparedness for such eventualities.
10.
Like, look at it.
I mean, it makes sense because older people.
And they also have a jail on cruise ships too.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like a.
Yeah.
I think it's like
It's like a holding facility.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like a prison that like if you get unruly or you
Cruise
commit a
jail.
crime, you go to jail on the ship.
But like a morgue?
Oh, like, but to be prepared for 10.
No,
I guess like,
know.
is there like some bad shellfish that suddenly everyone had food poisoning? Do they have to announce to the rest of the ship?
I want to see like a pic of like what the medical facility looks like on a cruise ship.
Ooh. Like you're talking about like the doctor's office?
Like the infirmary.
Oh, I bet they have to have a surgeon. What if somebody gets appendicitis on a cruise ship?
Yeah, or like has a heart attack.
That must be kind of an easy job though. Like if you
Salem,
it's like a firefighter who's just like waiting for the fire. You're just like you get a free cruise. Like,
just waiting.
It's pretty crazy. Like 200 annually. That's almost one a day.
I guess that there's also so many international cruises, like too, where we would hear about it. Also, what qualifies like a cruise as well? Like,
I feel like it's probably like anything. It's got to be like the size of the boat.
But like a migrant boat, does that count as a cruise?
What's that?
I don't know. Like people just like purely immigrating on a boat.
No, that's not a cruise. A cruise is a vacation. A cruise is like
I'm just talking about
on a migrant
what we know
boat.
as a cruise, but in the world of how many people die on a cruise, is that like
no a cruise where you buy tickets to go and be
go to Jamaica,
go to
Royal
Antarctica.
Caribbean,
So a ship that is carrying a couple hundred people from one side of the country to another side of the country for immigration purposes.
That's just transportation. That's not a cruise.
It's not a cruise, even though they're booking rooms and stuff on it.
No, that's called.
It's like a cruise ship, but
no, it's not a cruise. It's a different name for
it. Like a big ferry,
like maritime travel or something. It's like a different thing. I think. I don't think a cruise is just like your regular. It's like a transportation vessel.
Ugh, I just couldn't imagine. One time TJ was on a cruise and at night they drain the pool because it's just like the seawater. And some guy was so fucked up, he jumped into it.
Oh my God.
And he had to get like airlifted off the boat.
I mean, the shit people do on cruises is probably crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like a cruise would be so much fun if it was only people that we liked on a cruise. It's just the people that go on a cruise.
Should we do a podcast tour on a cruise ship?
It depends on the cruise. It depends
like
on
where we're going. Where would you want to go?
Well, can we do like a cruise in like the fjords of Scandinavia?
Oh my God.
That seems like far to get to.
I'm thinking maybe like a Royal Caribbean, maybe like a little bit of Aruba.
The
situation.
ABCs, I think there's like a thing.
Yeah, Aruba,
Bonaire, and
Curacao.
Yep. There's Barbados. No, it's Barbados.
Bonaire, we went, Matt.
Oh, I know. I didn't know it was part of the ABC Islands.
Are you any of you on Cruise Talk?
A little bit.
90-day cruise.
Oh, not really.
Drake's Passage cruise.
Wait, 90-day cruise or the?
Oh yeah.
All hands hoist the colors.
That could be like when we walk out to do the live show. And then everyone's just like, wow.
Yeah, our North Sea tour.
Yeah. We're going through Drake's Passage.
We're making waves.
I don't think I could do that.
No, I'd be so scared. Okay, I have a crazy one. It's like sad, but whatever. There was a young office worker in the second tower hit on 9/11. What?
I got this one too.
He took the elevator to the lobby, but was convinced by the security guard to return to his office, which he did. The second plane hit, so he was trapped in his office with no escape. There's even a recording of him speaking to his father on the phone, laminating the fact that he should have just left and not listened to the security guard. He died.
Yeah, I saw a documentary. There was a woman in the second tower, and after the first tower hit, she told like the entire building or like the entire floor, hundreds of people, remain in your office. There's no need to evacuate. This was an accident. And she for the rest of her life was just like super guilt ridden with it because, I mean, at the time it was inconceivable that it was like a terrorist attack and then another one would happen. But yeah, that happened a lot in that second tower. And even in like the people below were just told it's okay, you can stay in your building.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mine was different than that. That's crazy.
Was yours
Mine was like a happier one.
Oh, I also have a really dark one about 9/11 that I saw. I don't think it's in this thread, but it's quick, but it's just a firefighter was like entering to go enter the building and someone was jumping. And so the person that jumped fell on the firefighter and killed him. And so it's like the firefighter was on his way in and the person was on their way out and they both died.
Ooh.
Really weird.
Do you guys want to hear a 9/11 joke?
No.
Maybe not right now.
Why were the Twin Towers so sad?
Stop.
Because they ordered pepperoni, but they got planes.
Shut.
We're cutting that out.
I'm keeping it in now that you go, we're cutting that out.
That's a funny joke.
For who?
I don't know. It's just like
I don't think I would laugh at that. I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah. it's kind of like not that funny.
I think it's pretty.
Like I'm not laughing because it's offensive.
Yes.
I'm not laughing just because
It's
I'm
just
like,
like it's like
it's
an
like a
eye
dad
roll
joke.
joke.
You're right.
People
I don't think it's offensive. I think it's just like
Yeah.
it's like a kindergartner
No, it's
would
like
write that joke.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, it's
That's
like a
a
dad.
joke.
It's like a dad 9/11 joke,
100%.
which I think makes it funny. Is that the fact that you're telling a 9/11?
It's just like, come on.
Pete Davidson is like the only person who could like say that.
I don't know. I feel like
Maybe
this is what Mel Brooks says: is
Gen
comedy.
Z does all the 9/11 jokes. It's fine.
Comedy
Do they?
is tragedy
They weren't
plus
even
time.
alive.
Some of them were.
Oh, you're right.
We'll be right back after a quick word from today's sponsor, Stamps.com. So, after the hype of the new year, we all start to settle into our routines. But for businesses who do a lot of mailing and shipping, you gotta keep moving. Postage rates just went up again. Luckily, Stamps.com has the best discounts in the industry, with rates you can't find anywhere else, like up to 89% off USPS and UPS. Plus, Stamps.com automatically tells you the cheapest and fastest shipping options so you don't have to navigate through all the different carriers. For over 25 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses, whether they're mailing out checks, invoices, legal documents, books, or anything else. If you sell products online, Stamps.com seamlessly connects with every major marketplace and shopping cart. It is a stress-free solution for every small business. Use Stamps.com to print postage wherever you do business. All you need is a computer and a printer. They even send you a free scale so you'll have everything you need to get started. Keep your mailing and shipping simple and moving at the speed of your business with Stamps.com. Sign up with promo code GIPOD, as in Good Influences Pod, for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code GIPOD, GIPOD. Now back to the episode. 100
people a year choke to death on pen
Pancakes?
caps.
Oh.
On what?
That was crazy. You said pancakes, and the answer was pen caps.
Oh.
It's like basically
Pancakes.
the same word.
Joking on
No, yeah.
And that's why Bic pens on the pen cap have a little hole in it, because when people swallow the pen cap, now they can breathe through the hole, because previously it would get stuck in your throat.
I
and
love Bic.
They should be called Save a Life Pen.
yeah,
Are they saying that people die?
not from, I mean, theoretically, that's why the Bic pens now have the holes, is so people don't die.
I feel like they've had the holes for a while.
Yeah,
like
some of
since
them
we
are
were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
when
you
you
can
guys were
make little
growing up,
whistle
did pens,
sounds.
or even now, do pens just go missing?
All the time.
Yeah.
Constant.
course.
I mean, not really now, because when am I ever writing?
I
But
have
like,
hundreds of pens in my house.
You would have hundreds of pens.
Seinfeld did a joke about this in 1998. He's like, where are all the pens going? And anytime you're with someone, you got a pen? Nobody has a pen.
I know.
But we're always buying them.
But back then, like, people needed pens.
I know.
Now
People
it's
are
like, who
using
needs a
pens
pen?
all the time.
what kind of pens we like in? What color ink first?
Black or
Black.
blue.
Oh, I'm blue.
I feel like a blue pen for official
Oh.
stuff is a little dicey.
But it's the moment where you really need a pen and like you're writing a really nice letter and you're like, fuck, it's blue.
I love blue.
Fuck.
Or like, I don't want to write a blue, like a check in blue, or fill out my taxes with a blue pen. I feel like that's...
I do that in hot pink.
No, you don't, Carly.
I
love
always
hot
want to
pink.
know how I end up with a red pen. I don't think I've ever bought a red pen in my life.
Oh, it's
but
like
I
you're
end up,
Correcting
grading.
paper.
but I
yeah.
always end up having a red pen. But I'm like, what am I grading? Has
I
this
need to buy
pen
a
traveled
highlighter.
with me all the way
what?
since high school?
I need to buy a highlighter, and I keep forgetting.
Oh, I have so many. I'll
Actually?
just give you some.
At your house?
Yeah.
God.
What color though?
Yellow or orange?
Yeah, you would be yellow
Just
guy.
for book club, I want to highlight shit all the time, and all I have is like a yellow...
You should get the little stickies.
What's stickies?
Get sticky
Like the little
things to hold
stickies,
the
like a little
place
tab for the
for
page.
the book. It's for people who like don't want to like mark the books.
Oh, I like marking the books. I wanted to...
Have you
Feel
ever
used.
bought
Yeah.
like a used book and then you realized, oh, the person who had this before like highlighted and took notes, but you could tell it was like a high school kid because they're like highlighting the most insignificant like lines. You're like, this isn't like the detail or imagery.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, just like as a sample. Yeah.
Dang.
We will never be as young as we are ever again,
And
as we are right
very
now.
second.
Damn right. Damn right.
That's
So
fine.
That's
go
not
out on the
true.
weekend,
Time travel.
ask the girl out, ask the guy out, eat the chocolate, to go dance.
Do the
Go get
heroin.
Botox.
Buy
Oh,
the ticket,
oh
go to
my
the
God.
concert.
Did we message them?
Yeah, I left on red.
Did you guys see that? I'm sure you
I'll
did.
check those.
The Kardashian girl where her face looks all weird because of all the plastic surgery, and it's finally started to unravel.
Oh, Kylie?
Which one?
Yes.
Oh yeah, her fillers like migrate. I don't know. Yeah,
It
that's
looked-
what
it
they say.
looked
Gen
scary.
Z is aging quick. That looks like they're aging quicker because they're getting fillers and getting
Yeah.
all this stuff done when they're really young, and so it's like migrating interestingly. And
I need Botox so bad.
I do too.
I can't meet Andy Cohen looking like a troll.
Is Botox the same as fillers?
No. Botox, you can't even like tell. It's just like.
It's just really short.
Oh yeah.
The entire continent of South Africa is east of Florida.
Woo!
Kind of cool. I think because in your brain you think like it's all even with like the middle of the United States, but it actually goes all the way over, and it's
so it's at the east coast.
It's yeah.
I may be wrong about this, but I believe we can look this up. More Americans live north of Canadians than Canadians live north of Americans.
Yes.
Because if you look at the map of America and the Canadian border, a lot of the Canadian cities are like kind of pushing down into America, like Toronto. But then you have Detroit, which is north of Toronto. I'm not exactly sure if these are all right. So like more Americans live more north than Canadians do.
I see what you're saying.
And I also think more Americans, I think more people live in California than, or maybe even LA. People more live in LA than all of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
The whole country?
And I think more people live in LA than like, I think 30 states. Like LA has more people than 30 of the states.
But all of Canada?
Did you hear about the new Olympics? How like when they introduce all the teams, usually they go around the big track.
Mm-hmm.
This year they're not doing it on a track; they're doing it on boats.
No.
Going down. That's
not a right fact.
What?
38 million people live in Canada.
So it's I think California then, not Los Angeles.
Sorry, Matt. This was really just mind-boggling to me if it were true.
What would you say, Matt?
The Olympics this year, when they introduce all the countries, they're all going to be on like individual boats.
As opposed to what?
Like walking around the track.
Why?
I don't know. That's just how they're doing it
Global
this year.
warming?
No, I think they're really integrating. Also, they're playing tennis underneath the Eiffel Tower. Tennis is at Versailles, but they're doing like a big game right underneath the Eiffel Tower.
Whoa.
Like they're really integrating this city. Also, breakdancing is now part of the Olympics this year.
When is it coming to LA?
2028.
Okay, I will be going for that.
Are they going to incorporate?
You already have your calendar for 2028.
Yeah, like,
Google Doc.
where am I going to go?
Done
That'll be a fucking shit show.
I know.
Yeah, LA's already a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, and it is California.
Huh?
California has more people than Canada.
California has more people than Canada. Yeah, California fucking rules.
That's crazy. There's 39 million people in California.
Yeah, 5th largest economy in the world.
It always baffles me how long California goes past San Francisco. You think San Francisco's right at the top of the state, and it's like, no, it keeps going.
Crazy.
It's crazy that like the president of the United States is determined by all these states that have less people than we do.
I know.
We should have way more fucking electoral college.
Yeah.
It should just be
we should secede.
It should be the popular vote is what it is.
Yeah.
Hillary Barbie.
I just want to be part of a caucus.
A caucus?
Yeah, like the Iowa caucus. I just think that's such a weird, interesting way to like vote, but it's just
Iowa caucus.
Okay. The actor Michael Caine, hold on.
Michael Caine.
She was only 16.
Michael Caine. Which
Caine.
eye do you look at when you speak? You look at this eye or this eye?
Caine.
Have you ever seen him teach you how to act?
Pop off.
Let me be clear. She would like have all the branding.
There's a video of Michael Caine. I think it's like in the 70s or 80s. He's teaching kids how to act. And he's just saying all these things that you would never think about. Like he's like saying, okay, so I know that the camera's looking at me this way and you're here. So do I want to look at this eye with you for this way or this eye for you for this way or this? Like there's 4 different ways you can look. And he says, if the camera's here, I want to make sure that I'm looking at with this eye at your eye so the camera gets the most of my emotion if I'm trying to like express myself. But if I'm trying to be more reserved, the subtle gesture, like the way that the shadows, it's unbelievable.
Bam.
It's pretty cool.
If you guys are interested in acting, it's a video worth checking out.
He's so good in Miss Congeniality.
His most notable role.
Matt's like, no, I agree.
Yeah.
You think I'm sexy. You wanna touch me. You wanna love
On your
me.
Letterboxd, you should just start writing your favorite quote.
Is that really that good of a? Yeah,
It's
maybe.
insane how you can just recite every like a line from anything you've ever seen once.
I'm telling
What's your ideal date?
A little touch.
Like we were watching some movie at my house and you knew the song, the fake song that was in the movie that like the daughter sings. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Moneyball.
Yeah. You ever you know
I think that is a popular song.
Okay, I put on Moneyball.
I'm just a little caught
It came out in like 2014,
middle.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Matt was at my house.
It's a popular song, isn't it? Oh, she's
you
doing
know
a
that
cover.
song?
She's doing a cover.
Oh, okay.
I may have just hammed it up for you to be like, yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
Okay, sorry.
I feel like I have my movies that I know the lines, but I can't do it like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes this stuff just stays with me, or that's the only way when I think of the movie is I think of a line.
You got to come over and watch me watch Back to the Future. I put it on VHS. I just went.
I gotta see that.
I even get their pitch down. Like I changed my voice to get the pitch. Like, come on, Doc. Like,
wow, that's me and Bring It On.
Oh my God.
Come on, get out of the car and kick your ass right now.
Okay. The actor Michael Caine was already middle-aged when he found out a rather dark secret about his family. Every Sunday, his mother would go to church or visit a cousin, and she'd always insist on going alone. And it wasn't until Caine was almost 60 himself that he discovered that his mother had an out-of-wedlock son.
Whoa.
The boy, Caine's half-brother, had been born 6 years prior to the actor's birth, when his mother had not yet married his father. His secret older brother suffered an accident in early childhood, after which he was institutionalized. He also suffered from epilepsy, causing further damage and resulting in him being labeled mentally ill, even though the poor young man was fully lucid and aware of his surroundings. When his mother died in 1989, Michael Caine found out about his half-brother. He began to visit him too, and he was surprised to see that his brother had pictures of him as an actor, which his mother had given him. The brother he never knew about him and was a devoted fan.
Whoa.
David Burchell was his name, and Michael Caine did what he could for him in his later years, trying to improve his conditions, his standards of living. In 1991, David died, and Michael Caine had his ashes buried with those of his mother.
Damn, they only got 2
Wow.
years together?
Yeah, it says he reportedly wasn't upset about his mother's secret, later saying he fully understood it. Being a young unmarried mother with a little disabled boy, she had no choice. But that's crazy. She kept the secret for like over 60 years.
Yeah, it was like sneak away.
she took it to the grave.
Literally.
Actually.
But then she was still going to the kid being like, Michael Caine is your brother.
I know.
Yeah,
You
like-
can't say anything. Like, because you can't.
Yeah.
That's a little... ugh.
That would be, I couldn't imagine being in his position. Like, you lose your mom and then you find this out. You've already like
Yeah,
lived
I would want to
an
be able to talk to her.
entire
Like,
life.
what? Why
I
didn't you tell
know.
me?
Yeah. No, same.
Ugh.
I'd be like, dig her up.
Yeah, exhume that body.
Yeah.
If you want to say Michael Caine the way that he says it, you just say the word "my" and then cocaine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
My cocaine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Michael Caine. She was only 16. I had the brandy.
What is that? Husbands and wives?
No, it's just...
That is insane, Matt.
What?
That you just like remember. It's
What?
crazy. Just like lines. I don't know. You have good memory.
I try.
This is interesting. I found one that's like a Reddit thread. It's like dark facts about yourself. It's like people said like their own stuff.
Oh.
And this isn't like really that dark. It's actually kind of cool. But it says, I'm one of the lucky few, and I don't know what this is, but you'll kind of get in a second. I'm one of the lucky few with the CCR5 Delta 32 mutation. Why is this relevant? It makes me immune to HIV and a handful of other pathogens, most notably the bubonic plague.
Oh.
Whoa.
Pretty cool.
Whoa.
They should, I'm sure they're working on like isolating that and then making it into a
Like a vaccine.
Yeah, like immune to HIV. That's crazy.
And how do you find that out?
He kind of explained it. I can read it if you guys are interested.
I
but-
actually am, yes.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Yeah, someone said, how did you find out? I learned about the mutation in the course of doing research for an undergrad paper in an ethnoepidemiology course I was taking.
Oh my God.
I learned I had the mutation after I approached a genetics professor and asked if she could do the test. When I was younger, I was a major man slut, to put it mildly. I rarely used protection, and I knew for a fact that a couple people I was with had HIV. And given the number of people I was with, I'm sure there were more, yet I never caught HIV. This always fascinated me. How did I manage to avoid it? It was statistically improbable given the numbers. Anyhow, skip ahead to grad school, and I ran into another article about the CCR5 mutation, and knowing my history, it made me wonder if I had it. So I approached a genetics professor at the medical school, explained my history, gave her the numbers and what I knew about my sex partners. She agreed that she agreed it was curious that I was a healthy man, so she gave me a more sensitive HIV test. And when it came back negative, she did the genetic testing, and surprise, I had the mutation.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean
Are you being
that.
sarcastic?
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's like all of the words that you
I
said that
know.
we're using.
Fascinating.
Wow.
But I feel like I never think Matt's being sarcastic. when he says stuff like that.
I do think sometimes, like when you're like, wow, Erin.
Well, yeah, when it's really obvious.
Yes.
But like when
I'm also being just courteous too.
Yeah, me holding your pinky. Yeah.
Yeah. She gets
You're
it.
like Drew Barrymore. You're like staring in his eyes.
I do have like a pretty crazy one.
Oh, yeah.
In 1999, both of skydiver Joan Murray's parachutes malfunctioned, leaving her to free fall 14,500 feet above North Carolina. Miraculously, she survived, thanks to the fact that she landed directly on a mound of fire ants.
Oh my God.
Doctors believe that the intense shock of being stung over 200 times by the ants released a surge of adrenaline, which kept her heart beating.
That's fucking insane.
Isn't that crazy?
So she got like
stung
Like
just a
just
ton.
hit the ground,
And just
the
got
fire ants
stung and
attacked
really
her, and
died.
that's what
You
kept
knew
her
that?
alive. Yeah, I've heard
That's
about this. I feel
crazy.
like you've told me this, or
Holy
maybe I've talked about it
fuck.
on another podcast.
That
That's
kept her
insane.
alive, like hitting her head on the concrete didn't kill her. That's crazy.
Wow. I wonder how she's doing.
Someone said, when I was born, I was so premature. Oh, wait, no, that's not the one I want to read. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, I have 2 lenses in my right eye, so it focuses like binoculars. My doctor wrote a paper about it. Mostly blinded as a baby in my left eye, doctor suspected my right lens split, then healed as 2 distinct lenses, better than 20/20 in my right eye.
Whoa. That must be really
crazy.
annoying. If
Yeah.
like this eye's so good and then that one's not.
Yeah.
You
Well,
just
he doesn't
gotta
have vision in
pers-
his other eye, I think he said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well, mostly blinded as a baby in my left eye, so I guess maybe not anymore.
Do you know why dog toys are squeaky?
Oh, because it simulates that they're killing something and something's dying.
Yeah,
really?
It triggers their hunting sense to sound like the screams of their prey. So like,
So interesting, because my cat is like such a hunter, and
Yeah.
she's like always. "Arr, arr."
yeah, they think that they're getting the instinct of like killing
That's
a
so
rodent or
funny.
like a rabbit or something that would otherwise scream when they kill it.
Paris would never.
Even though all day
Yeah.
on the
And
little
her-
toys. Yeah. Less scary and more shocking, but when I was 9 years old, I survived a home invasion where I was shot 6 times. I played dead on the floor until the man left and called 911. And in my adrenaline rush, I thought they couldn't find my house, so I crawled with my left arm swinging the wrong way and my right leg limp from nerve damage all the way to the front door when he broke in from the back of the house.
What?
I lived with only my mother, who unfortunately didn't survive. I vividly remember picking up the guy in a photo lineup while recovering the ICU. I'm very lucky to have kept my left arm. I have 13 pins and screws to make up for my shattered elbow. My left leg has permanent nerve damage, and I now have drop foot. Despite the physical injuries and PTSD, I'm doing very well.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Do you know lemons aren't naturally occurring? They were created through breeding of bitter oranges and citrons. So we made lemons and then made lemonade.
Oh, we made lemons.
So basically it wasn't life that gave us lemons. It was the lemons we gave life to.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
And is life going to make lemonade?
In 1981, Dr. Michael Shannon worked tirelessly through the night to successfully rescue a premature baby boy. 30 years later, in 2011, Dr. Shannon was trapped in his burning SUV following a collision with a semi-truck. Miraculously, he was rescued from the blazing vehicle by Chris Trokey, a paramedic with the Orange County Fire Authority. Remarkably, it was revealed that Chris was the same preemie baby Dr. Shannon had delivered 3 decades
That's
earlier.
fucking crazy.
Stuff like that always gives me the creeps.
No, I know. I'm like, there's something.
What are the odds of of it?
Yes.
He must have also delivered a lot of babies. Or like in Texas, a lot of people were Ron Paul babies. Like my history, Ron Paul, who ran for president,
Yeah.
he was a OBGYN delivery doctor.
wow.
And he, throughout his career, delivered thousands and thousands of babies. So some people were like Ron Paul babies when he was like
That's
running
funny.
for president. They're
I'm
like,
a Ron Paul
he
baby.
delivered me. Yeah.
Interesting.
You know, woodpeckers' tongues wrap around their skulls to prevent them from getting concussions.
No way.
Wait, that's so sick.
Yeah.
They're taught like this?
Yeah, like rolls around there. If you see an X-ray of them, it looks insane.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Also, I learned that like octopuses or squids, I think it's squids, their brain is shaped like a donut.
Cute.
Like that kind of freaks me out.
What kind?
Sea animals.
Boston
freak me
cream?
out.
I read that an octopus, if you got rid of your stomach acid, could crawl in through your mouth and exit out of your butthole without a problem.
No way.
I mean, I'm
but what about the
sure.
hydrochloric acid?
No, I just said if you remove the stomach acid.
Oh,
if you remove the acid.
So dumb. I didn't even listen to
What
that
a
part.
fucking idiot you are, Matt.
Wow.
I mean, you've seen like octopuses, like they can do shit where they
Go through a crack.
Yeah, they can go through like a little pipe like
yeah.
this, and they also have beaks, which I did not know.
They can bite you.
Yeah, they have like a sharp beak underneath in their
creatures
stomach.
of the sea. I just can't.
I know.
Octopuses are fucking insane.
They
It's
scare
crazy.
me.
Did you ever see the documentary My Octopus Teacher? Is
Yeah.
it that good? Like
It's worth watching. I could see both sides. One side is like, this is incredible. This is amazing. He has a bond with an octopus. They're clearly becoming friends. Like they're communicating with each other. And then on the other side, I'm like, dude, you just kept going to the same place. Like, this is where the octopus lived. You're just interesting. You're bringing it food. Of course, it's going to be friends with you for a couple days.
yeah.
But it's still cool. Octopuses are just fucking insane.
They're the one like fish. Well, I understand we shouldn't eat dolphins because dolphins are so intelligent.
Do
They're
people
these
do
incredible mammals.
yeah.
Yeah. In I don't know
It's
certain
like black
cultures.
market vibes.
Yeah,
right?
black market vibes. But it's wild how much we eat octopus when like their level of intelligence is like
So high.
higher
Yeah.
than us, even though they don't walk around on two legs and have
I
a
know,
full
it's so
oral
interesting.
language. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, that's just crazy what that creature's capable of, and how we just like
Yeah, to
I've
chop
eat that
it
up and have some
Yeah.
I've
calamari.
never had that.
Calamari is squid, or is it octopus?
I think it's
Squid.
yeah.
Okay, I have something. In 1997, 14-year-old Nathan Zoner presented his science fair project to his classmates, seeking to ban a highly dangerous chemical from its everyday use. The chemical in question was called dihydrogen monoxide. Throughout his presentation, Zoner provided the audience with scientifically correct evidence as to why the chemical should be banned. He explains that dihydrogen monoxide can cause severe burns while it's in its gas form, corrodes rust and metal, kills thousands of people annually, is commonly found in tumors, acid rain, etc., and can cause excessive urination and bloating if consumed. He also noted that the chemical is able to kill you if you depend on it and experience extended withdrawal. He then asked if we should ban dihydrogen monoxide. 43 out of 50 children present voted to ban dihydrogen monoxide. However, the chemical isn't toxic at all. Dihydrogen monoxide is the chemical name for water.
Wow. So you just like trolled everybody?
Trolled everybody.
And basically proving that like if you just say things and frame them in a certain way and call it a scary name, you can convince people of anything.
How old was he?
14.
He's gonna be a lawyer.
Have you never heard of
what's-
this before? Dihydrogen monoxide?
Never.
I think I've seen videos of people who like, hey, can you sign this petition to ban
Dihydrogen monoxide,
Or
yep.
they just say like sodium chloride, and even
Yep.
that, some people have no clue what sodium chloride
That's
is.
salt, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't that crazy? Like people just frame, and this is going to be like, well, this is why the vaccine. And it's just like, no. But
Yeah.
That is water.
But, like,
Dihydrogen.
It's not,
H2O. H2, hydrogen, di, and then monoxide, O, mono, one, oxide, oxygen.
Damn.
but it's not
H2.
like the people had time to go research all this stuff. I feel
No,
like they
but
were
if you're
just
just
like,
presented with things, like it's very easy to just
Yeah.
persuade people that, oh, dihydrogen monoxide is a chemical that, I mean, all
yeah.
those things are
but
true.
why would they think that he was trolling them? They were probably like, wow,
Right,
yeah.
totally.
so interesting.
Are you good at chemistry?
No.
Mike, like, can you like
I loved
do
chemistry.
chemistry
Of course
equations?
he's not.
That shit was
What?
hard.
I used to be able to.
Okay, that was funny.
What?
I said
Aaron,
he's single. Of course he's not.
No, I loved math and chemistry.
Ugh.
I wasn't like I got to physics and I was like, I'm done. Like I can't do this.
I kind of liked physics. It was like algebra, kind of. It all kind of like made
not to
sense. The
me.
chemistry stuff, there was
Like the moles and
and you would make those rings around it, and you would put the dots on top of it.
yeah, the neutrons and
Oh,
the
God,
protons.
I don't think I ever
covalent
took
bond.
chemistry.
Covalent bonds, ionic bonds. Yeah.
Protons are
fuck outta
positive,
here.
neutrons are neutral, electrons are negative, right?
Yeah, well,
We had so many different kinds of science classes. I don't think I literally ever took chemistry.
dude,
You
it's
had
all.
to have.
I don't think I did.
No, you didn't have to. Like in my high school, I didn't have to take
I
chemistry.
had to take
Like
chemistry.
I had intro to physical science.
Yeah.
I took biology.
Mhm.
Anatomy.
No.
I loved anatomy.
I didn't take anatomy till college.
I remember I took the AP physics exam in high school. And I mean, I think I got a 1 out of 5. And there was one question that I was like, when they asked me this question, I was like, I'm going to fail this. It was if you're standing on a platform and a train is approaching, will the sound that the train makes if it blows its horn raise or lower in pitch as it approaches you, Will it be at a higher or lower or the same pitch when it's in front of you? And what happens when it leaves
Like,
you?
I don't know. I'm 17.
I know. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get college
Isn't that
credit for this.
absolute threshold like theory?
Dude, I couldn't tell you. And I literally was like thinking in my brain, like, let me hear, like, I've been at a train station. What would it sound like?
Did you take AP Physics though all year preparing for this exam?
Sure did.
So disappointed in you.
Did you have bad grades during AP Physics?
I got like a C+ in AP Physics.
Ooh, that's just brutal that you take an AP class all year for that exam, if only for your grades to be tough in that class and then not to pass the...
Yeah, I think I took AP Physics, AP something else, and you just try to get college credits. I think I took AP English. I didn't get any. I failed all the AP tests.
I got a 4 on my AP Psych.
Yeah. Oh, AP Psych.
Oh, what?
I took AP
Oh,
Psych
no,
too.
I did take that one. I got a 3.
Yeah.
I was a dumbass. Still am.
Is that good or bad?
It's at a 5. 4 and 5 are passing. Anything below is a waste.
Wow, sad.
And you have to pay like $100 to take it. You take the class all year. The point is you actually save money because you get college credit.
Yeah.
So like if you take 3 AP classes, you get a semester less of college or whatever. It's all a fucking scam.
Boring.
Well, this one's interesting.
Okay.
Kind of scary. This one is that I woke up in the middle of surgery and threw a mayo pan at a nurse before they pinned me back down and upped my dosage of sedatives. Keynote, still had retractors in, so I briefly looked like a dead space enemy. Have spotty memory about it. Sedation is a very hit or miss thing with me. Has happened 3 times, once during surgery, once during a nerve burn, never went out, just paralyzed for about 3 minutes and started speaking during the procedure. And the last during a colonoscopy. Seriously painful, and asked the doctor if he was an old scout leader. He was laughing.
What?
An old scout leader, and he was laughing and asked the nurse if I was within range for another dose of sedative. Edit, no, I'm not a redhead. Yeah. Because
redheads need more anesthesia.
They're more likely to wake up, and they're more likely to, like, the pain or something. Yeah.
Anesthesia is also pretty new. One of the facts I saw that I didn't say was we invented surgery way before we invented anesthesia.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're just like, bite down on this towel.
In like the 1500s, they
Pour
were cutting people open.
some whiskey on it.
In the 1800s, there was also a man, and this has been like proven. It is real that it happened, but sometimes they've had to interview modern surgeons to be like, is this true if it didn't happen? There was a doctor on board, like back in the long sea expedition days, who had appendicitis and removed his own
Oh, we've talked about this.
Yes. And with he has the mirror.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you could do it if you already know how to do it.
Isn't that in Master and Commander? He gets
No,
shot and he's the bullet, and the doctor on board has to remove the bullet. I think that's in Master and Commander.
There was also a brain surgery that took place, and they did it on a violinist, and they were like operating close to where the part of the musical brain was. So she's playing the violin while the back of her skull is open. And they were seeing, like, if she stopped playing the violin, they knew that they hit the wrong area of the brain. And there's a photo of it.
So she's just awake?
Yeah.
Well, it's not it's not painful.
Yeah, but still, like,
they do a lot of brain surgery.
I couldn't even
awake.
do a cavity.
No, a lot of brain surgery is awake because they have to, like, ask you to move stuff, and especially like musician stuff, they'll do that.
Yeah.
To make sure they're not.
Oh my God. I don't think I could do it. Like, that freaks
just
me out.
Just knowing that your brain is exposed.
Even like C-sections, I'm like, you're awake and they're slicing you open.
Yeah.
And I think
isn't that crazy?
Woo! I can't tell what that is from here. I'm sorry.
She's playing the violin.
I still can't.
Sorry.
I think it's wild. Like, sometimes people who've had like intense brain surgeries or tumors and they get it removed, but they've lost like some ability. They can still speak, but they don't, like, they can't, like, what is this? And it's like a belt, and they're like, I don't know.
It's so scary.
What that must be like in your brain for where you've lost like a third of modern language and you can't identify what objects are.
And you're like so frustrated.
What is that like?
I know. It's like, probably like when you can't remember something, but you know it.
No, that's what I was just gonna say.
Frustrating feeling of like, I know
it's
it, but
the best feeling though. And I think it's so strange where your
like
brain does know something and it can take 40
like...
seconds for your brain to go through the files. That's where I'm always like, don't Google it. Like, I know it. And I just sit and sit.
Sometimes I'll be sitting there for literally like 10 minutes. And then I'm like, got it.
That's such it always feels like SpongeBob where they're like going through the files and like, where is it? I found it.
Where is it?
But I just love that rush, how your brain, it's there, but it has to go through so many schemas of getting to it. It's a good feeling.
It is crazy that like a different piece of your brain is actually responsible for something. Like you can take a little piece out and now you can't walk anymore. You can take another piece out and like you can't I don't know, do math anymore. It's fucking nuts.
Crazy. Wait, oh, that's so weird. I have like a brain one.
Oh.
Doctors at a hospital in Texas. Let that sink in.
Fascinating.
God.
George Pickering, that his son was in a state of brain death. They explained that his son showed no brain activity and the decision had been made to remove life support. Pickering, however, was unconvinced by their assessment and resorted to extreme measures by drawing a firearm. He demanded that the doctors continue their efforts to save his son's life, threatening to use the gun if they refused. The situation escalated into a tense standoff lasting 3 hours, during which Pickering faced off against the police while the medical team performed additional tests on his son. The hospital was secured under lockdown as police negotiators tried to reason with Pickering, who remained adamant. In a pivotal moment, Pickering's son, previously declared brain dead, responded to his father's request to squeeze his hand, including cognitive presence. Following this revelation, Pickering peacefully surrendered to the authorities. George Pickering Jr. subsequently served George Pickering II subsequently served a prison sentence of 11 months. Remarkably, his son experienced a full recovery.
Wow. I missed the very beginning. So why was there a standoff?
Because they were like, we're pulling the plug on your son. And he was like, no.
It's like John Q, the movie with Denzel Washington.
No, I know. I thought I looked it up. I was like, oh, I wonder if this is like related. But his son was just like needed a heart transplant, I'm pretty sure.
Do a quote from John Q.
No.
I know the opening shot of that movie.
What's the opening shot?
The opening shot is that woman who's driving her car on like kind of like a cliffside, and she gets in a car accident, and that's the transplant of the organ that they need.
That movie's so good.
Is it?
Is that an earthquake?
No, we always think it, but it's someone like walking.
I like that movie.
John Q.
John Q.
Must die.
My son is getting his surgery. I don't know. I'm just
My son is dying, and I'm broke. If I don't qualify for Medicare, who the hell does?
Is this from the movie?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you go to Juilliard?
I did actually.
I remember seeing like the trailer for that when I was a kid and just being like, that looks intense.
Have you been on the Juilliard subreddit or the acting subreddit?
Acting?
Wait, for Juilliard or just
acting? I'm sorry, acting.
No.
I've been getting it recommended, and someone's like, I have my Juilliard audition coming up, and I don't know what to do. And it's like people giving them advice on like how to do their Juilliard acting audition. Reddit is so cool.
I know there's like different rounds of it.
But do you think people on that mess with each other because they're so competitive on who will get into
they
the
like
school?
lie about what to do?
Juilliard, you have to be like an exceptional human being. You have to like be attractive, but still at the same time have a unique look. You should also have the ability to like speak another language. They love if you've had an eclectic background of like where you're from, you like play an instrument, all this like. All of them are just these perfect little individuals. It's like the most it's like, you know, like runway modeling, but it's this wholesome person kind of.
Julia Stiles and Step Up.
Yeah.
Quote
that's dancing.
What's dancing?
Oh yeah, there's different like departments. That's like what's
the movie
medical
program there?
A medical program. It's the musical episode of Grey's.
Yeah. Oh my fucking God.
There's a musical episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Don't even want to talk about it.
Mike, you should watch it.
Oh my God, we should.
No, it's atrocious.
It's terrible.
They did one on Scrubs too, and it was not good.
The Even Stevens one was the best.
Oh, it was the best.
We went to the moon in 1969. Sixth period.
Yeah, it's
I guess I never realized that was like a musical episode. That's just like ingrained in my brain.
Yeah.
The songs.
Sixth period.
Do you guys think
What's the matter
moon?
with Ren? She's usually so responsible.
Do you guys think that we went to the moon?
Yeah.
Probs.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, they said it happened, it happened.
Yeah,
But if
I know.
we were in such a space competition with Russia and we were so combative with them, how could you get hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people who were involved in that mission to keep all of that a secret and not have the proof to leak that to Russia? That's where I'm convinced we were there.
Also, if we didn't make it there, Russia would have been really incentivized to prove that we didn't make it there, and they would say, hey, look, we see from satellite imagery that they're not actually there.
Yeah. I mean, this guy hit golf balls.
My man.
I don't believe India just went.
They just went?
India,
Well, did they put people on the moon, or they just landed a craft?
Nah, they said they went to the moon, and I've watched the video, and
Like
it
a green
does
screen?
not look
Really?
convincing.
What?
Oh.
It was very strange. Even the graphic of what it is looks like it's out of like a 2003
It's like a
N64
TikTok green
game.
screen. They're just like, I'm here on the moon.
Yeah.
Have most places been?
I don't think we've ever been back. Or I guess...
Like, why wouldn't we have gone back? But I guess maybe there is a reason. Because they don't need to for some reason.
What?
Okay, this is a Reddit thread. What is the scariest fact which is true that you wish you could unhear?
Oh, God.
Well, don't say it.
My daughter's college education is estimated to cost $300,000.
God, I wonder where she's going.
Good
Harvard?
grief. China is currently breeding an entire country of only children. Children without siblings.
Oh, boy.
That's
More
kind of
of me
interesting.
running around.
Oh, this was
boy.
8 years ago. I don't know if they've changed their...
That's so weird. So they're like, you're only allowed one?
Oh, yeah. China's had a one-child policy for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's still active. Let me see. But the China
I thought it was,
one-child
like,
policy was...
only boys, or they...
I think if you have a boy, you can have a second one. But if you have a girl, you can only have one. Oh, no. They stopped it in 2015. 1979 to 2015 was an initiative China implemented to curb the population growth by restricting many families to a single child.
That's wild.
How many people are in China?
I don't know.
A quadrillion?
A billion? How many people are on Earth? Do you know?
8 billion?
33.
That's crazy. It's 8 billion. I remember when it was 7 billion. Or
I
like
remember when it was
6
6
billion.
I remember when it was 6, and they said in your lifetime it's going to be 7, and now it's 8.
1.4 billion.
Could you imagine if that happened here? If they were just like...
In only America, we've...
Everybody...
331 million.
It's always been that. Yeah. Say
Well,
that
no, I
again,
get
Carly.
it.
Sorry.
I'm just saying how crazy that would be if that happened here. If they were just like, starting now, you can only have one child. Like,
Wow.
people
Yeah,
would
and if you-
riot.
If you
Especially
had
the Mormons.
an
Especially
additional
the
child, you
Mormons.
would have to pay a fine.
How big?
And I don't know, it doesn't say, but yeah, you have to pay
$20.
you have to pay a fee for every child that you have.
It also deals with like population density too,
Yeah.
where it's like there's so many people living like in one area where it's just impossible to control. Have you ever heard of like Kulong? It's the walled city. It was the most densely populated, smallest area of people ever living in an area.
No.
It was I believe it was in Hong Kong, but they had to tear the whole thing down. But it was around from like the 70s to the 90s, and it's insane how many people lived in just this tiny, like, picture like an apartment complex, but it's like all of these nooks and crannies of people living in these tiny little like boxes and shit. It's
You know how dumb
bananas.
I am?
What?
When I was
The walled
really
city.
little, like 20, when I was like in elementary school, I had a very normal closet. You just like open the thing. It's not like a walk-in closet. It was just a closet.
Yeah.
In my
It was
mind,
probably huge. She was rich.
No, it was not huge. I was not rich. I was middle class. We were joking because I got what is it called? Limited too.
Yeah.
I almost said Lululemon.
Upper middle class.
In my mind, I was like, I don't see why like everyone in the world would not fit in this closet if they all just like laid down.
I would think the same.
I'd be like,
What?
I would think that about my house. I would go, what if we had everybody in the entire world and we all just laid down?
I feel like they fit. Like they would fit.
Wow, no original thoughts for real.
I know. We probably had a lot of the same like stupid.
Did you ever have? Wait, did you live in a 1-story or 2-story house?
2. You lived in a
3.
Well, a basement.
I had a basement, and then I had like a half.
Did you guys ever have
upstairs.
these there were attics
2,
where you could like enter the ceiling, but did you ever have
Yeah.
attics behind walls?
No.
Like in the
yeah, I did.
closet, you would open it up and it would go further
yes,
into your
yes,
house.
yes.
I love the
That's
good
a crawl
wall
space.
attic.
Yeah.
Even more people
they're,
could fit.
they are scary.
I would
That
like
is
beg
so
my
scary.
parents if I could live in it. My
It's
dad
called,
was-
I think, the eaves.
Yes. Oh God. And
That's
it's always like
spooky
musty,
sounding.
and you're gonna
No,
get a
it is.
splinter. And
I would always have mine was a like little box.
yeah, it's
on
like a
the
square
wall
shape, and you push it.
outside of the closet. So I would always have something up against it. I was
Yes.
fucking
Oh,
it was like
horrified.
Coraline.
Ugh. It's just a way for someone
so
to get
scary.
in.
And like there's no lights in there. Like you
Nope.
literally have to use a flashlight.
Did you guys have a cedar closet?
Isn't that like a
It's
like a box?
It's a closet in your house, but all the wall, the wood inside of it is cedar.
I feel like my parents
Because it's a way of like preserving your older coats
like
and some
blankets
moisture
and stuff.
thing. Yeah.
My parents had like a cedar box. And they would put like baby blankets and quilts and things like that in there.
Yeah, our first house, my mom was always like, the cedar closet.
And
put
it
it in
smells good too. It's like it prevents mildew and stuff.
Yeah, it smells like old people.
Well, I think the point is to not smell.
No, but it like has that like funk.
Maybe. I like a good cedar birch smell.
Do you know, wait, you could smell something and go, that's cedar, versus if it was elm, oak, or teak?
Yeah.
Let's try.
I feel like I know a cedar.
Smell test. Should we get some candles?
Is it like piney?
No, that's pine.
I could smell pine.
Yeah.
The naughty
We should-
pine.
But like, what are the nodes?
What? Oh, the nodes.
I don't know. Maybe I couldn't. I couldn't tell any of those fucking Coca-Colas when we were doing that test.
I know.
That was insane.
I was thinking we should do one with like a
beer.
Coca-Cola. No, like Coca-Cola, a Poppy Cola, an Ollie Pop
Oh, beer
Cola.
would be fun.
I
Wait,
would-
didn't we do it with beer?
I want to do Bud
did,
Light.
we did.
Oh, damn. I want to do Bud Light, Miller Light.
We can
I
always do it
feel like I
again.
could-
Aaron and I did it just ourselves for
Oh, damn.
a video. I feel like you could probably pick them out.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm curious if I could.
Especially a Coors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Bud Light, though, I think I could really get, and the Miller Light. Actually,
It's hard when you're doing it though. You
It's
think
so
that because they all
hard.
taste so different, but then you're like, "Ooh."
you need like a palate cleanser in between.
yeah.
Like, you know, when you go to perfume sections, there's always the
bean.
coffee beans to like get
Yeah.
you to smell something else.
I agree.
Like pretzel or something.
I heard an interesting thing about this from Natalie when they were working on David's perfume. They were, or his whatever. The idea that you're supposed to smell like coffee in between smelling the perfumes is actually not good for you. And it doesn't actually cleanse your palate or let your nose relax. Because basically what you're doing is going from like intense smell to intense smell to intense smell. It's like looking at bright lights over and over. And you think, okay, I'm looking at blue. Now I'm going to look at red. When really you need to like close your eyes. So what you're supposed to do is just smell your own skin.
Oh.
Because that's your natural scent. And that's what resets your like nose's ability to discern different scents. So like if you're trying to figure out,
It smells nice.
I mean, I put on cologne.
if you're trying to figure out different scents, you don't want to actually go from like perfume to coffee to perfume to coffee because you're just continuing to overwhelm your nose. I thought that was
makes
interesting.
sense. My skin doesn't like anything.
How often do you get compliments on your colognes or your perfumes?
I do.
Sometimes
often.
I have these moments where I've been wearing a cologne for months and I go, no, but not once has anybody said, you smell fantastic. So I've been like, maybe I don't need this. Even though I'm
I
not
feel like
asking
I never
for people.
like smell you.
Maybe I need to put
That's
more
true.
on.
I don't smell you.
smell
You don't
you.
need to put more on. If someone smells your cologne without being intimate, it's too much. We shouldn't be able to smell it from.
No,
like-
but I think like if it, like a hug, you should smell it. Like maybe
Yeah.
you could get whiffs of my
Yum.
perfume right now.
I think girls can do a little more, but like I had
Yeah.
a teacher one time in 6th grade, my crazy science
They're using
teacher.
probably like an aftershave, which
no,
is like
you
ugh.
could smell him when he entered the building. Like it
Yeah.
was,
Axe
he's
body
here.
spray.
I don't know what it was.
What
A
do
nightmare.
you use?
Today I'm wearing, I think Saint Laurent.
Oh, I can smell it when
Yeah.
I'm close to you.
Wearing Saint Laurent. Sometimes I wear Kenneth Cole.
Oh,
I got,
it kind of smells like
Does it smell like too kind of like just like
Like
basic
Abercrombie
man?
Fierce.
Yeah.
but it
I've
smells
been-
really good.
When I was in high school, I
But
used
like
to have
sitting here, I can't smell it.
I used to have Rolling Stone magazine in
so
high school, and they
annoying.
sent like a sample of Prada cologne, and it was like
Ooh.
a tiny little bottle. I don't even know how they sent it. It was
Oh.
like just a
I'm
tester.
thinking of when they would do the literal
The strips
strip
they
that you
did.
would rip off.
Yeah, I think
and
they
then I
had
would
that.
literally
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
no.
On my
I did
skin.
that with this Prada, and then I think I got it in the mail as like a
Little
tiny. I
size?
think I still have it from high school because it's like just one of those things that I've just kept with me forever. And I would spray it, and in high school, I remember like the first girl ever was like, "Wow, you smell really good." It's still the only cologne I've ever bought in my entire life. I
So
have it
you're
in
a
my.
Prada girly.
Well, I don't really use it that often. I only use it if I'm like going out, like maybe on a date, or if I like didn't have time to like shower before, and I'm like, I should just spray some cologne. I definitely don't wear cologne every day. But
yeah, I
if
don't
I'm
smell
going
you
to,
ever.
it's always the same one, and it's just because they put it in that Rolling Stone thing
What's
in like
it called?
2005.
Prada what?
Like Luna Rosa or Luna Rosa. It's like their regular standard cologne.
Has anyone thought of this? You know how like when you buy like a car freshener, you like hang it, or sometimes they're like kind of hidden ones where you can just put them under your seats. What if you had like a car freshener thing, but you just like put it in your pocket on
like
your body?
a good smelling one.
A good smelling
Yeah.
one, but that was like your scent
I think it would
rather
be
than
too much.
spraying it.
I think so,
out.
way
Would
too
it
much.
Give you a
It could
headache.
be like a little teeny size.
Yeah.
Or just
Yeah.
like this like little clip. I wonder if that would
Like a necklace.
yeah, and that's what's giving off the scent.
But I feel like in the car you can smell it so well because it's all enclosed.
But
There's
also, I
nowhere
feel
to
like
go.
when you spray perfume on your skin and stuff, like it
Absorbs
is your like
a little
body's
bit.
pheromones as
yeah,
well.
maybe.
I also spray it in my hair.
Me
so I feel like
too.
it like
Oh, that's
stays.
smart.
I've also learned behind the ear is like a good
God, it is the
Spot.
best when just like a girl has a great scent and just like walks by and you're like, oh, that's great.
Hot girl smell.
Hot girls smelling good is a great.
But I sometimes
thing
love
in
an
life.
old lady who just smells like
Musty.
Chanel No. 5. You're like, come here, sugar. And you're just like,
Do old ladies think that smells good?
I think it's part of the
Probably.
charm.
But it's so bad.
And it's like
old.
part of their,
Aesthetic.
But like when
young
we're that age,
childhood.
are we gonna be like, "Ooh, Betty, you are smelling like a hot piece of ass today"? Like, are we
Probably.
gonna think that that's a good smell when we're in our 60s and 70s? Like,
no, it's probably gonna be like what we're wearing now.
I hope
Because that's what they were wearing.
You'll
then.
still be wearing Prada.
Yeah.
I'm
Mike's
I am-
definitely also wearing
I'm a
Prada.
Prada girl. I mean, I think I've bought
Prada girly.
2 bottles in my entire
Prada
life,
cologne.
like since high school. It just lasts
wow.
forever.
This
yeah.
one?
The one with the silver and the
Wow,
red.
Luna Rosa.
Yeah, that's since high school.
Old day toilet.
I want to smell it.
I know, me too. How come you never wear it?
I don't know.
I don't think
feel
I've
like
ever been like,
I'll wear it next
You-
time we film.
yeah.
I'll do a little spritz.
Wow.
All right.
Look at you. You've been a Prada girly this whole time. You've been a sneaky Prada
All
girly.
right, we'll see you
Yeah.
next week, folks. Keep your eyes peeled.
That's all,
Oh,
folks. Wow, really good.